welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahantstani, Davaris, viewers, visitors, Sarvanyapida Yajamans, Kartas, Ayakalpa Yoga participants, and everyone sitting with us live on Nithyananda TV, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Enlightenment app, Kailasa TV, Hinduism Now, Twitter, two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Paramashiva's message from Sri Kailasa today. Listen, intensely listen. Happening of physical death. Happening of present dying and becoming past. Happening of new birth and happening of future being born. All this happens in same frequency and the cognition with which you operate your life. If you think very immature, powerless way, in binary logic way, about your death and birth, past and future, you will live a superficial life. Anyone gets a matured cognition about the death, birth, past and future lives a powerful enlightened life. Enlightenment does not need any spiritual practice. It only needs spiritual enlightening from proper Guru. It is only a right cosmic legal opinion being digested and manifested. Listen carefully. Enlightenment does not need any spiritual practice. This is directly from Paramashiva. It only needs a spiritually enlightening cosmic legal opinion from an enlightened incarnation and you digesting it. That's all. Listen. How can Paramashiva say you don't need spiritual practice? That is true. All our spiritual practice is just to detox us. It has nothing to do with. None of the spiritual practices can give enlightenment. They only can detox your system and keep you receptive. So when Guru pours energy, powerful cognition, just hold it and manifest it. If you think in the language of binary logic, cheap, immature, powerless cognitions, the people who want to keep you as a slave, most of the so-called developed countries are large-scale prisons where you just concur with the whole system established and you just go with it. You are born, you go to the school and you take up a job, you pay your bills. By the time you are paying your bills, life is gone. Maybe a marriage, a divorce, and kids, and custody, and kids, few Christmas, few vacation, and few sightseeing, maybe a little time for religion, and a little time for being sick, and you are gone. I tell you, if you think about death in a very superficial way, about birth in a very superficial way, about past in a superficial way, about future in a superficial way, you will live very superficial life. Life is not about what you do. Life is all about what you experience about life. Listen. Listen carefully. Anyone experiences the cosmic legal opinion about life, about death, about past, about future, lives very intense life. I tell you. Just now I made a statement. Life is not about what you do. When I made that statement, I meant not about your career, the money you made, the brand you built for yourself. Life has nothing to do with that. All this brand you built for yourself and the career and for what you are known, well known, all that is a lifestyle related, not life related. The car you drove, the house you lived, and the dresses you wore, and the kind of the furnitures you used, or the jewelry you used, and kind of the people with whom you associated, all that is like your lifestyle. Lifestyle is different from life. Early morning when you wake up, what kind of powerfulness you feel about your existence. That is life. What kind of powerfulness you feel about your birth, your death, your past, your future. Last few days I was explaining about building the future, planting the future, planning, not just planning, planting. Listen. Listen carefully. Listen sincerely. Your death and your past, your birth and your future, all the four are enjoyed by you by a same prism. You see all these four through a same prism, through a same glass. That is called your prajna, your individual consciousness. Listen carefully. If you feel your death is going to take away lot of things from you, and you are terrorized, afraid, frightened, don't know what to do about death, the same thing will exactly you will feel about your past. If you are feeling very threatened, frightened, overwhelmed by your birth, I don't know where I am going to be born, I don't know what will happen to me, I don't know how I am going to grow up, I don't know what kind of body I will get, I don't know what kind of parents I will get, I don't know what kind of people I will be surrounded by. If you have all this about your birth, you will have exactly same thing about your future. Listen. If you feel very calm, cool, comfortable, matured about your death, I know whatever I am integrated to, that cannot be taken away from me. If I am integrated to Paramashiva, that cannot be taken away from me. Understand your SDHD, self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, does not have power over to steal your conscious treasures from you. For example, every day you have done sincerely Shiva Puja and lived very joyful, sattvic, vegetarian lifestyle. Suddenly your self-doubt or self-hatred, self-denial cannot take away that whole spiritual understandings and powerful cognitions you had. Maybe this SDHD can cloud your spiritual powers and sun, but cannot take it away. Please listen carefully. I made one statement just few minutes before. Life has nothing to do what you do. It has something to do about what you experience. This is what I mean. Your powerful, conscious understanding. For example, when you are cool, calm, meditating, connecting with me, listening to satsang, you feel like, what death? I know Swamiji will simply come. It's like a department change. And I'll hold his hand and I'll have a private time with him. Now, all the time people are around him. I can't talk to him what I want. I can't spend time with him. I think at least after I leave the body, I'll be just alone with him. If you feel that way, there is no fear instigated in you by the remembrance of the death. Marana Smarana, listen to this word. Marana Smarana, what it kindles in you is your natural organic existence. Listen. Marana Smarana, what it kindles in you is your natural organic existence. If you complete with the Marana Smarana's powerlessness, you will feel so much of powerfulness about your past. The concepts, cognitions, ideas you carry about death will naturally, intensely reflect on your past. You will feel the same about past. Please understand, today what I am talking is a very, very high level. It's like a the Sathya Loka's truths. I am mapping it in the format of formula for all our binary logical mind. The multi-dimensional truth, I am mapping it to binary logical mind. Your mind, Almost 99% of your mind functions with binary logic. I am trying to make the ultimate truth, trying to map the ultimate truth into your binary logic. I only want little patience. Just don't hate me. Just don't abuse me. Have little patience. I commit with you with the grace of Paramashiva and Kala Bhairava. I will make this whole understanding into you and liberate you. I am telling you, you don't need a spiritual practice. If you just come along with me, I'll step by step make your brain capture this truth. Step by step, I'll break the knots. So first thing, capture, listen. Sit straight, be fresh, be attentive, listen. Enlightenment is all about how you decide to feel about you. If Marana Smarana triggers, Marana Smarana means remembrance of death. If it triggers insecurity, uncertainty, oh, will I have a natural death or will I die in an accident? Will I be murdered or will I commit suicide? What will happen? I don't know. If the Marana Smarana triggers fears, pains, feeling terrorized and shivering, all that, be very clear. Your whole life is useless. So decide to spend time on yourself and evolve a very matured being for yourself. That is the biggest asset. Biggest asset a being can have is a matured, happy, joyful, vacation mood when you remember your death. Marana Smarana should give you vacation mood. Hey, I am going to have vacation with Swamiji in Kailasa. How long? Who cares? It's a vacation. I don't need to go for my job regularly. I neither need to do my office work nor need to do Sangha work. Hi, bye. If Marana Smarana gives you kind of a feeling relieved, listen carefully. Your cognition about past also will be very light. I tell you, you can feel your whole past was hell. You can feel your whole past was heaven. Both are factually, both can be supported with enough facts. You have enough facts to argue your whole past was heaven. You have enough facts to argue your whole past was hell. You have enough facts to come to the conclusion your whole past was heaven. You have enough facts to come to the conclusion whole past was hell. Listen carefully. Paramashiva beautifully reveals the Kala. Listen. Kala is time. That wheel gets the bump whenever you have undigestible, intolerable, negative possibility. For example, some people, they can tolerate anything in their life, even the poverty, but not sickness. Some people, they can tolerate anything in their life, even sickness, anything, but not poverty. Some people, they will tolerate anything, but they don't want to lose their husband or wife. Some people, they will tolerate anything. They just don't want to lose their son. Some people will tolerate anything, but they can't handle the prison or even the fear of jail. Some people can tolerate anything. No problem about no fear of jail, no fear of disease, no fear of poverty, no fear of losing the house, no fear of losing the spouse, no fear of losing even the kids. They just can't handle a morning without a cup of coffee. Understand, something which triggers anxiety, panic, I can't deal it, which triggers you to lose your prajna, that your existence, which just imbalances your prajna. Listen carefully. That is what is the bump for the Kala Chakra to roll smoothly. Marana Smarana will point out what is it that makes you lose your prajna, your existence. Listen carefully. There are some people who are ready to lose anything, but not the house they are living. There are some people who are ready to lose everything, but not any parts of the body in accident. There are some people who are ready to lose anything, but afraid of getting imprisoned, jailed. There are some people who are ready to lose, they have no fear of jail, poverty, health, but they can't even think of losing the spouse. So like this, each one has some trigger point which makes you fall out of your prajna, balance of your prajna. Marana Smarana triggers that. Listen carefully. You all should do Marana Smarana and trigger that pain point and heal it once for all. You just have to poke that tumor and pus should come out. What can be done? Nothing can be done. If the pus is taken out, even if you are collapsed, even if you collapse for 2-3 days, nothing wrong. But don't go for any other alternative, diverting, addictive methods. Face the Marana Smarana with boldness and courage. I tell you, anyone who faces Marana Smarana boldly and courageously gains a very powerful prajna. And I tell you, powerful prajna is the most beautiful asset. How these celebrities all, they ensure their beautiful part of their body like eyes, lips, thighs, hands, leg, how they nose, all that, and different various other parts also, how they ensure beautiful parts of their bodies, the different celebrities. Same way, the most valuable part of your life, part of you, is the consciousness, the powerfulness you raise through Marana Smarana. Marana Smarana means remembrance of the death. What is triggered in you by remembrance of the death, you should go through that. and build a most powerful, beautiful personality, conscious being, prajna, pratyagatma chaitanya, individual consciousness, jiva, self, for yourself. For all my disciples, listen carefully. See, now what I am talking is a knowledge for an onlooker. If somebody is just a viewer or visitor listening, what I am talking is a knowledge. They may think, wow, this guy is talking something great. But for all my disciples, what I am talking is a boon. I am giving you commitment. Don't worry, you boldly do Marana Smarana. You will not fall into depression, I promise. I promise. You will not fall into depression. You will identify what is the pain point you have which is stopping your maturity. I tell you, even if you fall into fever, shiver, collapse 1 or 2 days, it's okay. It's okay. When you do Marana Smarana, remembrance of death, I tell you, actually now the Bhishma Parva is coming. Bhishma Parva is a beautiful time to leave the body. I am not asking you to die. No, none of you will die. Name Bhakta Pranashyati. My devotee shall never perish. My devotee will never perish. My devotee never perishes. Understand? Neither you will die, nor you will be destroyed. Don't worry. I only wanted you to do the Marana Smarana, which will strengthen your inner space. If you all do Marana, remembrance of the death, you will become so beautiful. I fall in love with you guys. Whoever has done Marana Smarana, come to terms with Marana Smarana. I will fall in love with you. If you want your Guru to be in love with you, just do only one thing. Build a matured being through Marana Smarana. I tell you. See, I'm giving you the exact key. Listen. You remember about your death. You feel, oh God, I don't know why Swamiji is telling me to remember about my death. There are so many wonderful things. Why can't I remember and think of all that? He is telling me to remember about my death. I don't know whether I am okay if death happens very smoothly, but if some accident happens and some parts of my body collapses, and especially these TV shows are there, I should not have been alive. There are TV shows, I should not have been alive. Like in aircraft accidents, people get caught in some island, or they get lost in some remote forest. These climbers, hill climbers, they get lost in some ice, snow. You would have seen all these stupid shows. No, I don't want to blame those shows. Why should we blame them? You will be remembering all of that in your mind. Oh God, my death, will it happen like that? Will it happen like this? All that insecurity. Please understand. When you do the Marana Smarana, Bhishmashtami is 2nd February. So, when you do the Marana Smarana, first thing, nothing wrong will happen to you. All my disciples should know very clearly, Marana Smarana will make you more beautiful. And I really want you to know, Marana Smarana will make your liver very actively involved with the life. Your whole body will become beautiful. Your eyes will become bright. All kinds of fears will rise in you. Just sit in your bed and what can be done? Yes, this is, I don't know. These are all possibilities. And you need to know all your fears are more like a drug addiction. The delusion coming down, not like a real fact. Listen to this. This is the boon I am giving for my disciples. Listen to this. There is certain level of toxins in your body. That level of toxins decides the panic attack and feeling terrorized. As long as the quantity of those toxins is left in your system, your life will have a very cheap, low quality. Anybody can frighten you. Anybody can make you shiver. Piss in the pants. Any other words you want, you can use. The greatest Paramashiva's grace I have is nobody can frighten me. Nobody can frighten me. Even if I am touching the feet of the donkey, it is just for the sake of my mission. I feel my mission is more important than my ego. And of course, I don't have ego, so no problem. I may look like touching the feet of the donkeys. Like how I am telling you, hey, don't waste time in fighting. Let us do our mission. That doesn't mean I am afraid of fights. It doesn't mean I am afraid of donkeys. Understand? I am giving more importance to the mission than these donkeys, that's all. Nobody can frighten me is the greatest blessing Paramashiva has given me. Listen. Somebody has put a t-shirt in the internet. Whether he put it in the right way or wrong way, I don't know. Nithyananda brand. Shock everyone. Make it happen. Actually, that is my brand. From the time I am born, this is what is my lifestyle. Every time I'll shock everyone by making it happen. Make it happen. Shock everyone. It's the brand of Nithyananda. Nobody thought. Understand? See, today only I remembered, Kuppamal did not die in 1995. It was much early. I was in first year or second year itself, diploma itself, Kuppamal died. So it must be 1992 or 93. We'll find out exact date. She died. Surely when I was minor, much earlier than 1995, because 1995 the college is over, the polytechnic which I was studying. But I remember Kuppamal passed away when I was in first year or second year. So it must be 1993 or most probably 1993. And anyhow, nobody in Tiruvannamalai thought I'll continue my journey after my gurus passed away, because especially they passed away so young. See, they put me in the Sarvanya Pita, they initiated me, they finished all the spiritual responsibilities and everything. When I was around 10, 12, I think time itself they finished one by one. Before Isaki Swamigal left the body, they finished literally all the ritualistically whatever was needed. And then 1991 he passed away. Before that they finished everything. And then the remaining few things, like a last, before leaving whatever they need to impart, Kuppamal did some part and Raghupati Yogi did some part, and everything was Then I am like a 15-year-old boy, 15, 16-year-old boy. 1994 and 94, I must be 16-year-old boy, 78 born. So, nobody thought I'll take my life very seriously in the spiritual path. They thought, okay, many small kids run around with the Swamis, Gurus, and when they die, then they just go back to study and continue with the regular life and get married and go and do all that. That's then regular family and get a job, and nobody thought I'll be so serious. My family was actually shocked. Of course, only one or two people who know me thoroughly, like my grandfather, he did not get shocked. But he was insistent that I should not leave Tiruvannamalai, I should stay in Tiruvannamalai itself, and he himself will build an ashram for me, and I should stay there. And that is what he was insisting. But I shocked everyone. I shocked the people who resisted sannyas. I shocked the people who did not have confidence that I will be successful in my sannyas. I shocked the people who thought I will not be able to survive outside Tiruvannamalai. My grandfather thought I may not be able to survive outside Tiruvannamalai. One gang thought I will not be serious about sannyas. One gang thought I will not be successful. Many gangs. I shocked all the gangs. When I took it seriously and made it and successful, I made it happen. I just made it. 1999, by 1999 I made it, and 2000 started the ashram. So understand, yes, now we have the exact date. I was 17-year-old, minor boy only. Kupammal passed away. And from Polytechnic, I came and performed all the last rituals for her. All the last rituals, Linga Pradipika, everything I did personally. And that's one good thing. Anyhow. But understand, nobody ever thought to make it happen. I was put in the Sarvanya Pita. See, given sannyas and started the Chaturmasya when I was at the age of 3. At the age of 3, they have declared that I am an incarnation, and they gave me sannyas and started making me do the Chaturmasya Vrata. Because the Kanchi Swami wanted I should have the maximum number of Chaturmasya as my record. And my Sannidhanam, 230th Sannidhanam, Tondemandala Sannidhanam, he was asking advice from Kanchi Swami, Paramacharya, that what all should be done to make me very gloriously presented to the world. And all of you should know all these. We have documents and evidence, and people who directly heard from these Sannidhanams are still alive, and we have direct evidences from them. Anyhow, the Sannidhanam goes to Kanchi Swami and asks, what can I do for him to have the best, glorious? And Sannidhanam was very happy that I am born in his community. And Paramacharya gave few advices. Make him learn Sanskrit also, not just Tamil. And don't try to keep him just for your mutt. He will revive many mutts and do a lot of good work all over the world and teach him Vedanta also. You should not just keep him teaching only Siddhanta. You should teach him Vedanta also. And all these were direct advice given by Paramacharya to 230th Guru Maha Sannidhanam, and Sannidhanam followed all of that. See, early at the age of 3, they have given me sannyas and started making me do the Chaturmasya. I still remember. And then by that time I was 10, they already put me as in the Sarvanya Pita with the grace of Paramashiva and started training me as a Pidadhipati. You can see the photograph of me sitting as a Pidadhipati with a full, that Sivanyana Golukkachi, with all the Rudrakshas and like Guru Maha Sannidhanams. Hardly 12, 13-year-old boy sitting in front of Arunachala hill, that Panjamukam, Sivanyana Golukkachi, Paramashivanyana Golukkachi, how the Sannidhanam sit with a turban on the head and full of Rudraksha and the, covering the chest, Kottumalai, all types of Rudraksha malas, and sitting in Chinmudra, that's called Sivanyana Golukkachi. And so by I don't know exactly which year, they put me in the throne, and she has even written a clear paper that recording the Guru Parampara, documenting the Guru Parampara from Isakki Swami, Kuppammal and me, and same place, sitting and taking pictures. That Guru Parampara, like a handing over of the tradition.
பூஜை செய்தார் இம்மையிலும் நன்மை தரும் என்னும் திருநாமம் தன்னை சூட்டிக் கொண்டார். சிவனுடல் நின்றே சிவசக்தி என்றே அன்னையும் எழுந்தாள் அவனுடனே. ஈசனின் பெருமை பேசிட நான் இங்கு பிறவியும் குதேன் அதில் சுகமே.
Listen, nobody ever thought I'll make it. By the grace of Paramashiva, I made it. The only reason I made it is the grace of Paramashiva. Nobody was able to make me shiver. I tell you, Marana Smarana will free you from all fears. You will go on be creating right strategies. See, if you don't have fear inside, that is like you are absolutely loving yourself. You will see what is external attacks happening on you. You will not be wasting time on internal fight. Listen carefully. Fear is nothing but internal fighting. And I tell you, fear is the sleeping cell of your enemy inside your consciousness. Mark this word. I want all of you to mark this word. You heard of sleeping cell? How? The enemy's sleeping cell inside you is your fear. Because I don't have any sleeper cell of any of these abusers, attackers, enemies inside me, I am going on winning. These attackers, abusers, enemies They cannot imagine why I am strategizing. They cannot conceive or think, Ray, what this fellow is strategizing, what is he going to do. They cannot imagine, they cannot even think my strategies. That is my success. Understand? Because they do not know how to agitate me. They don't have their sleeper cell inside me. Listen to this very carefully. Listen. You guys to see this. Arunachalas. See this photo where my Paramaguru Isaki Swami is sitting. The same, that is a Sarvanya Pita. Traditional ritual is performed there, and then Vibhudananda Puri, my Guru, is sitting. And then my Guru has made me sit in the same and did all the Pattabhishekam and regular rituals and handed over all the Danda Kamandala, Shanka. That is that symbol, all the worship deities, the Guru Parampara deities and the Rudrakshmala, Kavi, everything she handed over. You can see, hardly I think must be 12 or 13-year-old boy. The document letter she wrote very late, much later, because in that letter itself she has pasted this photo. It means this photo is taken much earlier than the letter. The letter is dated I think 1992 or 94, I don't know. And you can see. Anyhow, all this has happened before 94. 94, I am hardly 16. 78 born means 94, I am hardly 16. So before I am 16, when I was minor, this whole thing is done. 1994, the letter is written. The letter is dated 1994, means I am hardly 16. Not even 17, 16-year-old boy. So everything is done before when I was 16, and Pitam was handed over, the Guru Parampara is handed over, and whole thing is done. And then the whole vision is given that I have to manifest, with the grace of Paramashiva, I have to manifest the whole Kailasa. And I was given a clear instruction and guidance that I have to study how the international organization, Sangha, Hindu Sanghas function, and I have to do all the Purva Bhaksha, everything by my own Padayatra. And nobody thought I'll make it happen. You can see the village boy. And with the grace of Paramashiva, I made it happen. The only thing, Paramashiva's biggest blessing on me is there is no shivering in me. Absolutely focused on goal. Sometimes, even if I look like or I act like, it appears like I am touching the donkey's feet and moving, it is just because I put my mission as my priority. That's all. There is no fear. It's not that Vasudeva was afraid of donkeys and he touched the feet of donkeys. He doesn't have time to waste and fight with them. He has to safeguard Krishna. Mission was more important at that time than the ego. That's all. To understand. Mark this statement. Your enemy's sleeper cell inside your consciousness is your fears. By Marana Smarana, remembrance of death, consciously and facing all the fears, you will change altogether the quality of the metal out of which you are made. Listen, the ultimate alchemy, Jnana Rasavadam. Jnana Rasavadam will happen. Please understand. with the love of the Guru. Especially when I am telling you, listen, to all my disciples, I am telling you, because I love you, I am asking you to do Marana Smarana. I will never ask you to do something wrong. Not only that, why will I put you in depression? I really love you. With my support and assurance and deep love, do Marana Smarana, you will altogether become a different metal. Some places you will feel, I'll be there with you and support you, raise you and change the whole space and take you to Kailasa. Sometimes in some places you will feel, I'll give you the right knowledge and raise you, your consciousness, whatever you feel. Whether you feel, I will give a knowledge and support you, or you feel, I will give energy and directly raise you to Kailasa, anything is okay. Or even if you feel, oh, Swamiji may just dump me, he will not bother about me because I have done something wrong. Even that is a one more fear. Losing the biggest support of life, Guru. Even that is one more fear. Do the Marana Smarana. I tell you, because I love you, I will never give up on you. I will make you understand, even your fear about losing me is one more stupid fear, not reality. And the amount of fear you experience is only the amount of toxins. It has nothing to do with reality or facts. How much of possibility is there snake biting you? Almost 0.000000000%. But how many people see snake in dream, waking state, all the kind of states? Even when they are scrolling the Facebook, if there is a snake photo on the Facebook, people will not touch that. They will scroll in the side. They will not touch that photo of snake in the Facebook screen, in touch screen also. They will not touch the photo of the Facebook. Photo of the snake in the touch screen. How many of you are like that? Even if it is a snake's photo in the touch screen, you will not touch that photo in the touch screen. I tell you, Marana Smarana alters the kind of the material you are made. And Marana Smarana will liberate you from so much of stupidity and junk you are thinking, visualizing, imagining about the past. Just now I made a statement to the beginning of the satsang. Life is not all about what you do, life is all about how you experience. Now I am making another one statement. Life is all about what you are doing to others, not what you feel about yourself. Listen, this both statement may look very contradictory. You see through the folly logic and binary logic. Binary logic is waiting to become a folly logic. It is like a man who eats 3 times a day in McDonald's is waiting to become obese and diabetic and diabesity. Now new word has come up. Obesity and diabetes together, diabesity. And he is going to die. Planning for death is every day having that big size burger, whatever, Texas size, whatever. Eating left and right. Plan for death. Same way, listen, I've seen people, they will do all kinds of fantasizing imagination about body, healthy lifestyle, everything. But when it comes to the time of eating, that's it. Everything is forgotten. Everything is forgotten. Nothing is remembered. Listen. This Marana Smarana will break tons of pains and frustration, like a feeling of unloved, unattended, ungrounded, don't know what I am and what will happen to me, where will I land, how will I evolve, and a deep feeling that you failed your life or your life failed you. Understand, that is one of the biggest crises. Sleeper cell of enemies. Inside you is your fear. Sleeper cell of enemies. Inside you is your fear. Now I will explain the second statement I made. Second statement I made is life is all about what you do to others, not about what you feel about yourself. Here I mean, drop the selfishness, constant selfishness, and plans to pamper yourself and get out of your shell and go on enriching, supporting, contributing to people. Even your business, your profession, your job, your work, if it is helping people, directly supporting people, enriching people, become workaholic, nothing wrong. If you are wiping the shoes of people every day, if you are supplying water to people every day, if you are supplying the right food to people every day, if you are teaching people right knowledge every day, if you are helping people to have a better life, like if you are working in a bank, if you are working in an IT company, you are trying to help make the world better place. And if you are helping people with the medical care and whatever, right medical care and right banking, right things, even that enriching, that is enriching. Become workaholic and do that, you will see, you will become altogether a different kind of metal. Marana Smarana will destroy selfishness. It will bring right knowledge about what you cognize about yourself and less feelings about what you feel about yourself. Listen, powerlessness, selfishness, both are one and the same. A person who is powerless, who does not have a right consciousness about themselves, will be so selfish. I made two statements. One statement, life is nothing to do with what you do. It's something to do with how you feel and experience about you. Second statement I told, life is all about what you do to others and not about what you feel about yourself. Seemingly the two statements seems to be very contradicting. And I tell you, in the first statement, when I said, I meant having powerful cognitions is the right thing. Second statement, when I said, I mean the same thing. If you have a powerful cognitions, you will not be selfish, you will not be thinking all the time about yourself. You will be so active and contributing. Understand? Active and contributing to others' life, enriching the whole world, happens with Marana Smarana. If you do Marana Smarana, I tell you, the greatest boon giver is Paramashiva, because he is embodiment of Marana Smarana. Ishana, Paramashiva, Rudra, Shiva is embodiment of Marana Smarana. Because of that, he is ultimate giver. He goes on giving, 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 giving. Marana Smarana makes you a different metal altogether. Today, whatever I am talking is two important things from Akashic records I am revealing. You please watch this satsang at least 3-4 times. Only then you will understand what I am talking. It looks very... listen. It's like a different dots I am connecting. That whole zigzag puzzle I am connecting. If you watch this satsang 3-4 times only, you will understand how I am connecting the whole zigzag puzzle. Selfishness, powerlessness, fear, all that I am connecting. A powerless man will be so selfish, terrorized all the time, immature cognition. He will feel loaded about the past and terrorized about birth. Means any small change. He can't handle even a small change. And when you can't handle even a small change, terrorized about the future. Future will be glorious only with the wild and wide changes. Listen carefully. A man who is enjoying wide and wild changes. Now for last 2 years almost I stayed in one room. I can't even say in one place. It's called, I should say, one room. Just giving satsang and sitting in samadhi. But suddenly, by the grace of Paramashiva, from next month, I'm going to be doing grand world tours. I'm ready and excited. Not addicted to sitting in one place, in one room. Same way. If Paramashiva's grace situation needs me to sit in one room silently and give satsangs, I will do that for any number of years. I neither have a problem for this nor have a problem for that. There was a time where thousands were flacking me every day and no time even to drink water. In the car I'll drink and eat, and the old devotees, they know. One of my devotees sitting in Pattanam Adinam now, Tyagarajan, Rasipuram Tyagarajan, he knows. Morning 6 o'clock I will start the Kalpatarudha session. Night 8 o'clock the sessions will be over and I will start the darshan. It will go next day morning, early morning 4 o'clock. I will finish the darshan and start to the next city. In the car I will eat and sleep. Next city I will go within 3 or 4 hours and start the next session, next day session. Next session, in the 3 hours only sleep, food, all in the car. Next city I will start the Kalpataru. And that whole day Kalpataru class and night darshan, and next day again by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock I will be in the next city. Like this, not one day or 2 days, day in and day out I have done. And I am not addicted to that lifestyle. When needed, I started just sitting and healing people, blessing people, and flogged by thousands sannyasis, brahmacharis, brahmacharinis. And when needed, situation demanded, I was sitting in one room all alone, not even seeing human beings, just giving online satsang and sitting in samadhi. Understand? Neither addicted to crowded lifestyle, glorious life, nor addicted to the seclusive life. Nothing, no addiction. but ready to face, ready for any wild changes of the future. I tell you, this is what is the guts, courage for new births. And courage for future. If you want glorious future, be ready for wide and wild changes. Always Paramashiva's grace will bring you auspiciousness. I'm telling you. It will bring only auspiciousness. Nothing wrong will happen. Everything will happen only in a right way. As I said, nothing falls apart. Everything falls in place. Things fall apart for the people who are terrorized and frightened. Things fall in place for the people who are absolutely surrendered and centered to Paramashiva. Integrated to Paramashiva. I tell you. Marana Smarana. Marana Smarana shakes and makes you drop all the rust and dust, wear and tear. The whole toxins melts down. And listen carefully. When the toxins melts down, you will not feel the past as a load or curse. Any being to feel the hope about the future should feel past as either best has happened or at least good has happened. Good or best. Only these two has happened. Nothing wrong has happened. They all added, enriched me. Everything enriched me. Somewhere or other. That kind of a feeling when you have about your past, you are detoxed absolutely. Marana Smarana has attained completion. You become altogether a different metal. Understand? When we energize the deities, huge size deities, taller than your height. If you have to install a deity, you have to put a Mercury under the deity. Like in Bididi I have put, only in India I have put Mercury. In outside India, legally it is not allowed to put the Mercury. So only in India I put. Under the Garbhagraha, deities, the energized Mercury is kept. For that energizing, there are many processes. One process is just by energy, it becomes solid, from liquid to solid. That's what I have done and installed it under the Garbha Mandir. There is one more process where you go on be adding gold, and gold will melt into Mercury. At one point, it will become so saturated, no more gold will melt into that Mercury. Understand? It will just be saturated. It will be altogether a different metal at that time. I tell you, if you add Marana Smarana into your being, remembrance of death, so much shaking, detox, everything will happen. Finally, at one point, you will altogether become a different metal, kind of a joy and stability. You will feel the past is an amazing blessing. Your whole past was great or good. No question of bad. There is nothing bad. Then you will get the guts and courage, hope, joy, energy for future. Understand? The greatest renunciation, tyaga, is renouncing the delusion. Your past was wrong and past is a load. You feel past is a load because in the present you are so immature and shivering with the death, the ideas of death, shivering and having panic attack about the change. Listen, life is for people who celebrate change, not just tolerate, celebrate change. You may think, what is this? How can Marana Smarana be related to planting my future, manifesting my future? You need to understand. What you feel about your past is the feeling you have about your life. If you feel very sweet and nice about the past, you will start contributing to people's life so much. And I tell you, I feel so much loved, cared, attended deeply inside me in my past by all of you. First, by my gurus, next, by my disciples. So this feeling gives me tremendous energy and inspiration, feeling supported. So that gives me the energy to work for all of you for future. I am very clear, I will be working for all of you continuously, day in, day out. I am not only celebrating the wild changes. I'll be constantly working for all of you with lots of energy, enthusiasm, excitement. And first thing now I am building is evolving some of the most sweet, loving, caring people who feel past is a blessing. And either it was great or good. There is nothing wrong. That kind of a completion people who have that kind of a completion with themselves and the life and the world, then I can easily make them manifest Kailasa for them. Understand? I can easily make you manifest powers. If you feel the time you spent as the past, either great or good things only happened, nothing wrong has happened. See, I tell you, very, very important secret. Listen. When you are filled with sexual hormone, male hormone or female hormone, when it is in the brim level, overflowing, lust and fear both can shake you. When the sexual hormones are released, you will see neither lust nor fear will have a say over you. One more truth I wanted to tell you. In the dream, if you see the restroom, understand it's a trap, not restroom. In the dream, if you see the restroom, and feel like going to the restroom, urinating. It's a trap, not restroom. You will be urinating on the bed. Say, it means what? If your bladder is full, it can manifest a whole restroom in your dream and make you feel very comfortable and safe and secured and make you urinate. Same way, if your hormones are full in your body, it can manifest a reasonless, absolutely cheap lust and make you act, function. When that hormones are not there suddenly, when they are released, suddenly you see the reality is different. I tell you, life is all about powerful cognitions you have inside. Life is all about the contribution you are doing to the world, to others. It has nothing to do with the fears you feel. Actually, nobody cares about the fears you feel. That's the truth. You should know. By showing fear, nobody is going to sympathize with you. It is not cute. People may, in front of you, just not to hurt you, they may show sympathy. Oh, sorry, I am feeling really sorry for you and all that. Just that side, they will turn, They will either ease you, or they will forget you, or they will enjoy secretly your fears. I tell you, fear is not cute for yourself or for others. What is fear? Emotional shit. What is fear? Emotional shit. So, I tell you, reduce the fear to physical component. Don't give the fear the psychological power. Then you can never break fear. Fear is nothing but toxic shit sitting in your lower intestine. Understand? Listen to the lower intestine. Fear is nothing but the toxic shit sitting in your lower intestine. All you need is just Marana Smarana and detoxification. That's it. Just have Marana Smarana and detox. With all my feeling, love and responsibility for all of you, I'm telling you to do Marana Smarana. Remembrance and consciously facing death. I tell you, you should never ever contemplate suicide. Suicide is the worst sin. In Hinduism, suicide is the worst sin. Suicide is neither allowed, you can't even think of suicide. When I say Marana Smarana, it is not thinking about suicide, it is contemplating, facing the fears triggered when you remember about death. Listen carefully. One of my sannyasini has sent a question to me. Can death be contemplated even in the level of identity also? Answer for her. Sit and contemplate where all you broke your integrity with Guru. Complete with Guru. And realign with Guru. Bring the integrity back to your Guru, and the commitment you gave it to your Guru, and the relationship between you and your Guru. If you heal that, that's enough. That will take care of everything. Deep integrity and groundedness with Guru takes care of everything. I have so much to reveal from the Akashic records. I think today I have spoken with too much of force and power. Too many things I have shared. Today, whatever I have spoken, if you just listen, internalize, easily you can manifest your future. Future is nothing but what you feel about the past. What you feel about the past only is going to manifest as future. If you feel glorious, joyful, golden about past, you will manifest that future. If you feel terrorized, shivering, shaken, beaten, abused, harassed by the past, in the past, you are going to reproduce that same thing in the future. See? That is why I am saying, do not try to imagine, visualize, verbalize, tell others that your past was worst. It's a lie. You also know. After a few days, you forget you are telling a lie and you start believing it's a truth. So I made these two statements. Contemplate on this. First statement I am making, your life has nothing to do with what you do, and it is all about how you experience you, your consciousness. Second statement I am making, life has nothing to do, life is everything about what you are contributing to others, not about what you feel about yourself. Both looks very contradicting or paradox. If you understand in both words, in both statements, I mean different truths, different level truths. First statement when I say you, I mean different. Second statement when I say you, I mean different. First statement when I say about you, I am talking about consciousness. Second statement when I am saying about you, it's about that selfish, too much of me. That powerlessness, weak selfishness. If you understand both statements, you will understand both mean same. Through both statements, I am revealing the same truth. I want all of you to do the Jivartha Sadas on these two statements. On these two statements. And today with this process, I want to break all the fears and take away all the toxins from your system. Fear is just physical toxin. Listen to what I am saying. Don't believe what the stupid society taught you. Society wants to bind you and keep you under bondage, so it teaches all shit to you. Fear is nothing but simple physical toxins sitting in your lower intestine. If you clean and detox yourself, all the fears will be lost and you will feel your past was never a load or harassment or abusal. It's a blessing. It has grown you, it has helped you to grow so much. And you evolve. You will realize that. Second, when you feel the past is great and the fear of death dissolves, you will not be afraid of changes. Being who is not afraid of changes enjoys glorious future. Glorious future. This all cosmic law I am revealing. Take all this cosmic legal opinion. You don't need to do separate spiritual practices. Just manifest all of these great truths. Now, for all my disciples, today's process is my personal gift. I'll be like a Sarabeshwara by my deep breathing, prana. I'll just drive away all the fears from you guys. Understand? From last 1.5 hours, this whole satsang, whatever I spoke. For all the visitors and viewers, it is a good knowledge. For sympathizers, wow, what a good teacher he is. That's all. For my disciples who declared your integrity to me, it's a boon I am giving you. For all my disciples, I am giving you the boon. I am spending my time only for my disciples. All my disciples sit now. I'll do spiritual process where I'll clean the whole shit and toxins in your system and destroy your fears. Listen. Now the 21 minutes is the time. I'm going to do the real work on you. Understand? For all my disciples, this is the boon I am giving. Forget about others. If you are integrated to me, declaring your integrity to me, the boon I am giving you now is I'll blast your Kundalini, ignite your Kundalini Shakti, awaken it, and detox you completely. Make all the toxins leave your system and make your fears irrelevant. Like I'll make you altogether different metal. Understand, I am not going to be solving your problem. I am going to make all your problems irrelevant to you. So listen. Sit straight. Close your eyes. Declare to yourself your integrity to Paramashiva and Guru, and decide you will face anything, any fear with the strength of the Guru, and I am committing with you. I'll be there with you for everything. I'll be there. I'll change the whole energy. Don't worry. For all my disciples, be very clear, I am Paramashiva. And I am talking to you, to my disciples. Paramashiva, me being Paramashiva, is the relationship between you and me. Nobody else has a right to interfere in that. It's our personal relationship and understanding with each other. It is not the declaration for public. It is a declaration for my intimate people. I don't need to declare to everyone who I am. And I will reveal who I am to the people whom I love. Why should I reveal who I am to the fools? Stupid dash dash fellows. So, to all my disciples I declare I am Paramashiva and I will reveal me to you all. Now, by igniting your Kundalini, blasting your Kundalini, I will raise you, and with the grace of Paramashiva, I will connect you to Paramashiva, Sri Kailasa. Let's start. Sit straight. Chant Mahavagya intensely. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
கருணார்ணவமாய் கருதக்கதினல்கும் அருணாச்சல சிவமீதா அதுவே தலம் அருணாச்சலம் தலம் யாவிலும் அதிகம் அது பூமியின் இதயம் அறி அதுவே சிவன் இதய பதியாம் ஒரு மருமத்தலம் பதியாம் அவன் அதிலே பதிவானொளி மலையாய் நிதம் அருணாச்சலம் எனவே அருணாச்சல பேரற்புதலிங்கத்துருக்குள் ஆதினாள் மார்கழியில் ஆதிரை ஜோதி எழும் ஈசனை மால் முன்னமரர் ஏத்தி வழிபட்ட நாள் மாசி சிவராத்திரி அம்மற்று உருவாயும் மொழி மங்குகிரியாக தங்களால் உலகம் தாங்குவதற்கன்றி இங்குறைவன் சித்தனென என்றும் எனதுள்ளே பொங்கி ஒளிரும் புகைப்பல் போகமொடு என்றுள்ளே எல்லா உலகும் தகையவியலால் புல்லாவினைகள் குணமாம் புகலீது இல்லாததுவாம் எது கண்ணுறலால் எல்லாரருணாச்சலமாம் இதுவே எல்லாரருணாச்சலமாம் இதுவே தெரியல்லை உற்று கண்ணுற்றால் கருத்தினால் தூர கருதினாலுமே வருத்தமுறாது வராத வேதாந்த அறுத்த விஞ்ஞானம் ஆர்க்கும் உண்டாமே அறுத்த விஞ்ஞானம் ஆர்க்கும் உண்டாமே ஈசனை மூன்றாம் இத்தலவாசற்கு ஆசருதி கையாதியின்றியுமின் பாசமில் சாயுச்சியம் பயக்கும் ஈசனாம் என்றன் ஆணையினானே ஈசனாம் என்றன் ஆணையினானே
என்றுமே அறவோர் அன்பர்க்கு இருப்பிடம் இத்தலம் தான் ஒன்றுவார் பிறக்கின்னாவும் உண்மைய கண்ணோய் புன்னி ஒன்று ராது ஒழியும் தீயோர் உரன் ஒரு கணத்திங்கங்கி குன்று அருளை ஈசன் கோபமெந்தழல் விழாதே குன்று அருளை ஈசன் கோபமெந்தழல் விழாதே குன்று அருளை ஈசன் கோபமெந்தழல் விழாதே
கருணார்ணவமாய் கருதக்கதினல்கும் அருணாச்சல சிவமீதா அதுவே தலம் அருணாச்சலம் தலம் யாவில் அதிகம் அது பூமியின் இதயம் அறி அதுவே சிவன் இதய பதியாம் ஒரு மருமத்தலம் பதியாம் அவன் அதிலே பதிவானொளி மலையாய் நிதம் அருணாச்சலம் எனவே ஆதி அருணாச்சல பேரற்புதலிங்கத்துருக்குள் ஆதிநாள் மார்கழியில் ஆதிரை அஜோதி எழும் ஈசனை மால் முன்னமரர் ஏற்றி வழிபட்ட நாள் அசி சிவாத்திரியமற்று உருவாயும் மொழி மங்குகிரியாக தங்களருளால் உலகம் தாங்குவதற்கன்றி இங்குறைவன் சித்தனென என்றும் எனதுள்ளே பொங்கி ஒளிரும் புகைப்பல் போகமொடு என்றுள்ளே எல்லா உலகும் தகையவியலால் புல்லாவினைகள் குணமாம் புகலீது இல்லாததுவாம் எது கண்ணுறலால் எல்லாரருணாச்சலமாம் இதுவே
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா ஸ்ரீநந்தா.
ஹரி மந்திரம் அருள் மந்திரம் தினம் போதினம் ஸ்ரீநந்தா.
மனம் என்பதே உனை நாடவே இசை பாடினோம் ஸ்ரீநாதா.
மனம் என்பதே உனை நாடவே இசை பாடினோம் ஸ்ரீநாதா.
தரும் நன்மைகள் வரும் கோடியே அதை நாடினோம் கோவிந்தா.
தரும் நன்மைகள் வரும் கோடியே அதை நாடினோம் கோவிந்தா.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
அகம் தன்னிலும் புறம் தன்னிலும் அமர்கின்றவா ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ணா.
அகம் தன்னிலும் புறம் தன்னிலும் அமர்கின்றவா ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ணா.
சுகம் சேர்த்திடும் ஜெகநாதனே நலம் கூட்டிடும் நாயகனே.
சுகம் சேர்த்திடும் ஜெகநாதனே நலம் கூட்டிடும் நாயகனே.
இடம் தன்னிலும் பரம் தன்னிலும் அருள் சேர்த்திடும் ஸ்ரீதரனே.
இகம் தன்னிலும் பரம் தன்னிலும் அருள் சேர்த்திடும் ஸ்ரீதரனே.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
மயிர் பீலிதான் அசைகின்றதே மனம் நின்றிடும் கேசவனே.
மயிர் பீலிதான் அசைகின்றதே மனம் நின்றிடும் கேசவனே.
குழல் ஊதிடும் இதழ் கொஞ்சிட குலம் காத்திடும் நாரணனே.
குரல் ஊதிடும் இதழ் கொஞ்சிட குலம் காத்திடும் நாரணனே.
உயர் மாமலை உன் கோயிலில் உளம் நின்றிடும் யாதவனே.
உயர் மாமலை உன் கோவிலில் உரம் நின்றிடும் யாதவனே.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
Kundalini, the Kundalini, wake up in all the bodies now. Paramashiva is calling you. Stretch the spine. Break
மனம்
Brahma Granthi.
எங்கிலும் அருள் நாமமே தினம் பாடினோம் கோவிந்தா.
மனம் எங்கிலும் அருள் நாமமே
Reach the crowd.
கோவிந்தா.
பொருள்
Let
தந்திடும் புகழ்
Paramashiva
தந்திடும் எழில் வண்ணனே
manifest through me
கோவிந்தா.
பொருள் தந்திடும்
and
புகழ் தந்திடும்
explode in every being.
உயர் வானிலை
All
கதிர்ச்சூடும்
of us,
வரம்
let us
தந்திடும்
experience
கோவிந்தா.
complete detoxification, fearless space,
கோவிந்தா
the
ஹரி ஹரி
space of Paramashiva.
கோவிந்தா.
Let Paramashiva
ஹரி
manifest
ஹரி கோபாலா.
absolute purity, energy, strength, joy, pure consciousness, and auspicious birth, death, past, future, and present.
ஹரே கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா. கோபாலா. ஹரே கோவிந்தா. ஸ்ரீநந்தா.
ஹரி மந்திரம் அருள் மந்திரம் தினம் போதினம் ஸ்ரீநந்தா.
மனம் என்பதே உனை நாடவே இசை பாடினோம் ஸ்ரீநாதா.
மனம் என்பதே உனை நாடவே இசை பாடினோம் ஸ்ரீநாதா.
தரும் நன்மைகள் வரும் கோடியே அதை நாடினோம் கோவிந்தா.
தரும் நன்மைகள் வரும் கோடியே அதை நாடினோம் கோவிந்தா.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
அகம் தன்னிலும் புறம் தன்னிலும் அமர்கின்றவா ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ணா.
அகம் தன்னிலும் புறம் தன்னிலும் அமர்கின்றவா ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ணா.
சுகம் சேர்த்திடும் ஜெகநாதனே நலம் கூட்டிடும் நாயகனே.
சுகம் சேர்த்திடும் ஜெகநாதனே நலம் கூட்டிடும் நாயகனே.
இடம் தன்னிலும் பரம் தன்னிலும் அருள் சேர்த்திடும் ஸ்ரீதரனே.
இகம் தன்னிலும் பரம் தன்னிலும் அருள் சேர்த்திடும் ஸ்ரீதரனே.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
மயிர் பீலிதான் அசைகின்றதே மனம் நின்றிடும் கேசவனே.
மயிர் பீலிதான் அசைகின்றதே மனம் நின்றிடும் கேசவனே.
குழல் ஊதிடும் இதழ் கொஞ்சிட குலம் காத்திடும் நாரணனே.
குழல் ஊதிடும் இதழ் கொஞ்சிட குலம் காத்திடும் நாரணனே.
உயர் மாமலை உன் கோயிலில் குளம் நின்றிடும் யாதவனே.
உயர் மாமலை உன் கோவிலில் உரம் நின்றிடும் யாதவனே.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
மனம் எங்கிலும் அருள் நாமமே தினம் பாடினோம் கோவிந்தா.
மனம் எங்கிலும் அருள் நாமமே தினம் பாடினோம் கோவிந்தா.
பொருள் தந்திடும் புகழ் தந்திடும் எழில் வண்ணனே கோவிந்தா.
பொருள் தந்திடும் புகழ் தந்திடும் எழில் வண்ணனே கோவிந்தா.
உயர் மாநிலை கவிச்சூரியன் வரம் தந்திடும் கோவிந்தா.
உயர் மாநிலை கவிச்சூரியன் வரம் தந்திடும் கோவிந்தா.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி
மந்திரம் அருள் மந்திரம் தினம் ஓதினம் ஸ்ரீநந்தா.
மனம் என்பதே உனை நாடவே இசை பாடினோம் ஸ்ரீநாதா.
மனம் என்பதே உனை நாடவே இசை பாடினோம் ஸ்ரீநாதா.
தரும் நன்மைகள் வரும் கோடியே அதை நாடினோம் கோவிந்தா.
தரும் நன்மைகள் வரும் கோடியே அதை நாடினோம் கோவிந்தா.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா. கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோபாலா.
கோவிந்தா ஹரி ஹரி கோவிந்தா.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Bless you all. Let's all manifest the state space powers, being super consciousness and Sri Kailasa of Paramashiva. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.